160 years ago, the advent of modern branding, and I'll talk very specifically about why 160 years ago is that sort of line in the sand to what we are now experiencing as modern branding. A logo was sort of a telegraphic guarantee of something that was of quality, of a certain consistency. It was a signal that the product was new, unusual, worth paying attention to. And at that time, the notion of a brand gave consumers, people, buyers, shoppers, a signal that something was worth paying a premium for. So in that 160 years, that sort of shopping environment has taken us to something that looks like this. So we're now living in a day and age where the average supermarket, just the average supermarket, not like a super Walmart or something, has about 30,000 products in it. And there are currently, as we sit here, as we speak, over 100 brands of nationally advertised water, bottled water. There are even more, 113 brands of contact lens solution. And if you were to go to the Starbucks that's diagonally across the street, mathematically, based on size, flavors, caffeinated or decaf, and so forth, mathematically, you could choose up to 19 million different versions of the beverage you might want to order. There are over 47,000 malls in the United States alone, and they all seem to have an Old Navy and a Starbucks and a Sears and a Victoria's Secret. Then there's this, 2009. I've kept this because it's really quite fascinating that as a species we would allow something like this to happen. In 2009, Walmart, after Black Friday, narrowly is the operative word here, narrowly avoided more Black Friday deaths because the previous year, in 2008, people en route to low-cost equipment for their dens or their man caves stampeded the Walmart and in the process killed people en route to get these cheaper electronics. So, of course, I think as somebody that spends pretty much a lifetime now thinking about brands, well, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, it doesn't sound like a really particularly good thing. And then when I started to look at all of the brands, all of the organizations that are against branding, so some of the organizations like the No Logo Contingent or Starborgs, Buy Nothing Day, one of the ironies here is how much all of these sort of backlash movements against brands willingly use the very tenets of branding that they're so vehemently against. And so I started to think about, well, why do we do this? Why do we keep making new brands? Do we really need another brand of bottled water? And what I think we all know is that branding has become key to any message. Anything that we do has a notion of branding. And what was interesting was as I was interviewing the 20 people in Brand Thinking, I asked them all, what is your definition of branding? And you'll see that of the 20 people that I interviewed, there's probably 18 different definitions. A couple of seem sort of similar, the promise of an experience and so forth. And I define branding very, very simply as deliberate differentiation. Deliberate differentiation, something that you do to be able to instantly, telegraphically communicate that it's different from something else.